The current generation Mazda CX-5 has been out for almost a decade at this point. That doesn't stop it from selling the best out of the entire Mazda lineup, but it's still one of my favorite crossovers on the market. So when a lot of you guys ask for a new CX-5, it's exciting to me because I love new cars. That's largely what this channel is about, is new car updates, right? But a part of me, just like when the Armada or the Land Cruiser dropped the V8s and they went to twin turbo V6s, a part of me is like, ooh, it's so good now. I don't want it to change. I have a leak for you today, and I didn't want to post it yesterday because, well, when I first saw it, no one was talking. None of the scoop sites were talking about it. All right. Now all of them. All right. Check this out. And before I show this image, just let you know, spoiler alert, I'm gonna show the new CX-5 in like 2 seconds. All right. So click off. Here's your one warning. All right. All the scoop sites. Look, immediately when I click on Mazda CX-5 news, 5, maybe 6 different news. Plus, there are so many that pop up with the leaked image of the new CX-5. All right. So you guys ready to break it down? If you are, smash the like button. That will help me out immensely. Here's a new CX-5. All right. This looks like an orange color. But again, this is a great thing about leaks. Typically, the image quality is so bad, it leaves room for us to talk a lot. We have been seeing the spy shots with this sort of light design, okay? That the lights have now become, I guess, an external bezel of the grille. The grille still has its own bezel, you can see that, but the lights have now become kind of like an addition or a shadow or a duplicate of the grille, okay? Now this piece right here, this mustache or whisker, whatever you want to call it, this kind of looks like something like out of the CX-90. Let me pull that up. Okay, so the big brother's above it, and you can still see how many similarities there are. Of course, we have more of a horizontal grille pattern, but there's no mistaking this for anything but a Mazda at this point. But back to the mustache thing, this is what's interesting. I'm not quite sure if this is just a design feature or if you can see on the CX-90, it's an air channeler. All right, we don't have that here. And it looks odd. It looks really, really odd. But again, I will reserve judgment until we see this a little bit later. Now, look at the wheel arches. See this little ridge right here that pops up instead of a more circular wheel arch that we have on the CX-90? That's interesting. Is this going to be, are they going more for the rugged crowd here? I don't know. I feel like that's what the CX-50 is for. The wheels, these look like 19-inch wheels. Again, really hard to say, but they are blacked out. You can obviously see the similarities between the CX-90 up front, but what about the current CX-5? Up top, we have the current CX-5, and you can see it is so similar. Obviously they've revised the chunkiness here. They made it a little bit slimmer, but have extended it essentially with the headlight situation. And this could be even like a cornering lamp here. All right, it's hard to say. It could be the turn indicator. I don't want to say yet because I don't know. For example, it looks like they have taken away some of the paint, which seems to be a recurring theme with Mazda. Look at the CX-30. Half the vehicle's painted. The rest of it is covered in glossy black. Now, does that mean we will not have paint matched wheel arches on the new CX-5? I don't know. I don't know what trim we're looking at. And again, things can change from market to market, but more than likely, I might go out on a limb and say that the paint matched wheel arches could be a thing of the past here on the CX-5, which is sad. And you even look at the bottom of the vehicle. All right. All this was paint matched on the current CX-5, at least on the upper trims, right? All that paint matched. Now it's all black. What do you guys think about that? Does it take away from the luxuriousness of it? I think so. I don't think it looks as good from a paint perspective. We also have this unique little cut up here and a little bit of body motion here at the bottom of the back door. The window bezel is very similar. They can't change it too much. The footprint of this vehicle shouldn't change. It's an international model. It can't. Everything in America gets huge and big over time. But as an international model, I really feel like the CX-5 is capped with its dimensions. All right. I mean, even the A pillar, look at the similarity between the A pillar here. It almost looks identical. All right. Obviously, the lines on the door are a little bit different. All right. And you can see that there might be a little bit more hips going on here, or the illusion of hips that you have kind of in like the CX-90 and the CX-70, for example. But it almost looks like a refresh. Let me know if you guys agree with that. Does this look like a redesign of the CX-5, or does this look like a refresh, like a mild changing of the, well, obviously it's not a mild changing. All right. This is the refreshed CX-5 of the current generation, up above a 2022 model. Down below, it almost looks identical. And you could say, and here's the thing, another thing I'm going to point out here that the CX-90 and the CX-70 do. Like, look how good this looks right here. Just drops straight down for the most part. There's a little motion in there, but look, it's dropped straight down. This has got this big old chin at the bottom. That does the CX-90 have it? No, the CX-90 has more of a drop down, a draping drop. This has this big old chin that I see in the new Honda Civic, and I don't like it. The CX-5, honestly, the current design is kind of timeless. I think most of you would agree with me. It's a pretty timeless design. Unfortunately, I don't know what they're trying to do here with the new CX-5. I don't want to get too like head over heels, or some people would say out in front of your skis on this, but it seems to be not as good looking as their previous generation. But I haven't seen the back. I know the back is going to take some styling cues of the CX-60, for example. So if you look at the CX-60's rear taillights, I'm expecting some similarities here with the new CX-5. Now, in the CX-5, look, guys, if this is a real image, which I'm expecting it is, they're keeping the naming. All right, they're not changing it to this standard model or the standard nomenclature of adding a 0 on the end of everything. All right, CX-30, CX-60, 70, 80, 90. The 5 is sticking around, and that means the 50 will still stick around as well as its own model that's made in Alabama and nowhere else in the world that I'm aware of. So now I can talk a little bit about what I've heard about the CX-5. I've heard it's been delayed, obviously. I mean, here we are almost 10 years. Like, how many delays have they had on it? But I was expecting it to come out this fall. It looks like it's coming out sometime early or first half of next year. That's what I'm hearing. The hybrid is coming after, maybe a year after. So we might not see a hybrid CX-5 with Mazda's own hybrid technology until 2027. And when this vehicle launches, it'll be 2.5 naturally aspirated, more than likely, 2.5 turbo, more than likely. Now, Mazda is working on Skyactiv Z engines. Could those make it in here? And the answer is absolutely. I just don't know. I have no idea. And there's nothing on this vehicle from this image that tells us anything about the powertrain. All right, we know it's not fully electric. I will say that this is not a fully electric vehicle. Mazda has the EZ60 or whatever in China that they'll export to Europe, for example. But I'm going to shut it down there. Mazda CX-5 seemingly doesn't look as good as the current generation as I talk about this new generation, and it just needs a hybrid. I mean, just put a hybrid in the current CX-5 and give it more comfortable seats. That's really my biggest dock on that vehicle, is needs a hybrid, needs more comfortable seats. But other than that, it's really almost perfect, in my opinion, for a fun, gorgeous, upscale, but not upscale price, mid-size crossover, compact crossover. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'll let you know with any updates on the CX-5. If I see them, I'll try to update you as soon as possible, as well as other Mazda news and other car news here on the channel. For example, just like a week, I'm leaving to drive the new CR-V. It's kind of like a mild refresh, right? The CR-V 2020, what are we on? 2020, say it'll be 2026 model years, CR-V with the Trail Sport. So I'm excited to bring that to you guys. I got other Nissan Infiniti stuff coming, as well as tons of other things. All right, that's just what's probably nearest on the list. New Palisade from Hyundai will be doing that, and other things too. Super excited. Big year for many manufacturers. Hopefully Mazda can get this vehicle revealed to us by the end of this year. I mean, it leaked. All right. Sometimes when things leak like this, it accelerates the process of the full reveal. But we'll see. Thank you. Have a great day and peace.